in the £80 a month. However, we do charge you for education modules. That's our revenue stream. Our short-term revenue stream as a company is education modules, either online or offline. Our long-term wealth creation is we own a share of all the clubs worldwide. We own the shares of 1,000 clubs worldwide. Collectively, that's worth about 100 million. Collectively, we're putting in about, the investment clubs put in about $500,000 a month. Last year we put 6 million in the market. Yet that's everybody putting in 60, 70, 80 pounds or 100 euros. So collectively we're gathering a bit of momentum, and you can actually interact with our global investment club members. You can tap into us live online 5 times a week and ask any question about any stock. We throw up the chart, we analyse it for you, we show you the options, we show you all the stuff here, then you go and do it for yourself. Any other questions?
Can you explain the range again? Because can you explain the rent?
Can I explain the rent again?
Because I don't see how somebody can sit there just giving you money. I'm a little bit lost because I don't deal in options now.
Okay, so the question that Henry, isn't it?
Yeah.
The question that Henry has is that how can you collect rent on a share? Who's going to be foolish enough to give you 97 cents every month? That's what you're asking me. Yeah. Who's the fool out there that just give us 97 cents? Because they cannot make money unless the share goes way above 28, isn't it? That share has got to go to, what do we pay for it? What do we pay for it? $27.85. That share has got to go to 28.97 before he or she can make money. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Right. In the stock market, let's just divide this room into 2 halves. Over here you got the New York Stock Exchange, or any stock exchange in the world. Nokia is the Finnish stock market, Vodafone is the London stock market, Ryanair is the Dublin stock market. Doesn't matter the stock market. Over here they just buy and sell shares, period. Over here in the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, they buy and sell options, Henry, period. Now over here the definition of long-term buy and hold, according to Mr. Warren Buffett, the richest man on the planet, says 10 years is the definition of long-term buy and hold. Over here in the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, the definition of buy and hold is 10 seconds. I guarantee you, Henry, that option that we just sold there for 97 cents, that option there has been sold on 5 seconds later for 98 cents. Okay? So those people that actually, you know, we sold the option too, and they bought it off us and paid us money, they have immediately sold it on. If you ever go to the Chicago Board of Options Exchange and you stand on the floor of the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, that's one thing we do with our members. We take them over for a fun trip, put on the market maker jackets, put them in the pits. If you stand beside an options trader, he buys and sells options like that. He nickel and dimes all day. He buys and sells for 5 and 10 cents all day. So you don't have to worry about who's the guy that gave you 97 cents. It doesn't matter. It's in your pocket. And by the way, Henry, it's non-refundable. Literally. Once you've sold that, nobody in the wild world can take that back off you. That is an income. That $970, you can send a fax to your broker and it can be back in your bank account in England here within 1 working day. That's a pure, permanent, non-refundable income to you. So tell me where in the world you can spend 27 grand on a property and collect $970 rent. It doesn't exist. It's a very powerful way to generate money. Question? My company is incorporated in Ireland, in Dublin, but we operate worldwide. We teach in 5 languages. Sorry? We're registered with the FSA. This program here, the Trade Platforms registered with FSA. We're registered back home with the Central Bank of Ireland. We run a fund that's registered with IFSR as well, which is the body that our fund trades through. Our fund is based in Dublin. Yeah. We have a number of companies. We have an education company that does not have to be registered. We have a brokerage firm that does, and we have a fund that does. So there's kind of three parts to what we do. But when it comes to pure education, we don't have to register for that. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, what I want to do is I just want to hand out, if you want more information, what I can do is you give us your details. I can send you a short video of this presentation, and I can send you some free tutorials of how to actually do those transactions. I did those very fast, but I can send you a video where you can stop and pause and rewind it and play it as many times as you like to get it. So if you could, maybe if you want to just pass it around, take one and pass it around.
Thank you.
You just give us your name, your address and your details. We will email you a video, like a free module of how we actually did what we just did there. Okay? And we have a booth over here, number 703. And there you go. We're here tomorrow. Okay? So if you've got any questions for the next half an hour, the place closes. We close at 7. So come over and see us on booth number 703 on the left hand side if you have any specific personal questions. If you currently own shares, I can sit down with you today and show you exactly how to insure them today. Exactly how to rent them today. Some of you are sitting on an asset. Some of you are sitting on a property and you could be collecting rent today. You could be generating income. Nobody just sat down with you and said, here's how it works. Okay? So if you want to just give me your details. Did you hear one there? There you go. And you'll go a spare one here. There's a gentleman looking for one. Any spare yellow forms? There you go. Okay. Any other spare ones there? There's a couple there. Alright. So, we'll, is there any last questions? We'll take one last question before I go over to the booth and I can work with you on a one-on-one basis. Any last questions? Okay, the question the gentleman is asking me, a very good question. He said, is that a leverage account? Am I buying that stock with pure cash or am I buying it with margin? You can actually buy stock with a leverage up to 4 to 1. Okay? You can buy leverage 2 to 1 and buy the insurance. And the other way they say to you margin is dangerous. It's dangerous to use margin. Well, if you've got this insurance policy in place, you can safely use the leverage account. Because if you actually understand what's going on here, is that if you lose 2 times your cash, all 2,000 shares are insured as well. So it's a very powerful way to use a leverage account without risk. Sorry? Yeah, absolutely. Well, actually it's not. It's a factor of 1.75, and I'll explain to you why. They do not allow you to use margin for the put option, the insurance policy. You've got to buy that. The way you do is you buy the insurance first with cash, then you've got your double buying power of what's left over, and now you can double up on that. So it's not because of that. You understand? They don't allow you to use margin for your put option.
Share price goes up.
Basically, the question was, thank you, Henrik. The question was, what happens if the share goes up? Okay, well, let's say the share goes extremely high. Let's say it goes to $80. Let's say Microsoft by 15 months' time is trading at $80. Well, why would you turn around and sell it for 30, which was your insurance policy, when it's now worth 80? So you would actually write off that cost of insurance. You would write that off as a cost of insurance, but you would already have collected more than that in rent anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So you may choose not to exercise your option if the share does incredibly well. This works well whether the share goes sideways, whether it goes down, or whether the share goes through the roof. The direction is irrelevant. Now, if you truly understand the power of it, when you buy a share today in the stock market, if the share stays the same, you lose money because the cost of money. If the share goes down, you lose money. If the share goes up, you win. So 1 out of 3 times you can win in conventional trading, but with this system here, it doesn't matter which way the share moves. I hope you're really grabbing the power of this, because it takes some people a while to actually grab the power of it. It takes some people to actually make that phone call and to see the cash coming back into their account before they fully own it. Do you know what I'm saying? You know I own it because I've done it many, many times. I bought Starbucks last October 2008 $13, and it fell all the way to $7. and I was able to pick up the phone to the broker and sell it for 20, even though it was trading 7 in the market. So you now know that I do it and own it, and so do our clubs. But for you guys, you won't truly own this until you've done it. So we strongly suggest that you get those videos of us, learn how it works, go and simulate it, do it in a club, do it for yourself. And when you pick up that phone and you see that money coming back in, you say, this is the bee's knees. Okay?